Hello there. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Nocturnal Disney Podcast, Twilight Thoughts. My name's Bryce, your friendly host, and a heck of a Disney fan, if I do say so myself. So as we're getting closer and closer to fall, it feels like we're getting more and more news about Disney Plus. And obviously that makes sense because we're getting closer and closer to launch day, which is why I am here to talk to you guys, because we finally got an official launch day, and that's going to be November 12th for Disney Plus. Now that's only part of the reason why I've come here to talk to you right now today. The other part is that Disney has acquired a lot of different properties throughout its time of, being a corporation, right? Especially recently, it's acquired Marvel and it's acquired Star Wars. And we already know that those properties are going to find a home on Disney Plus when the time comes. But that's not all they've acquired. They've acquired National Geographic when they got Fox, which is fantastic. ABC is a Disney company. So is ESPN, and now that Disney bought Fox, it is now the primary shareholder of Hulu. So Disney has gone from a position where they have had no streaming services to now they have 2 streaming services, and more if you count some of these other ones from other companies. So ESPN has its own paid subscription service. Hulu exists only as a paid subscription service. The interesting thing about Hulu is that it has different tiers to its subscriptions, right? So you have one that has ads, then you have one that doesn't have ads, then you have one that is essentially just live TV. And if I'm not mistaken, that one's about $50 or something like that. You can get the plan with ads, and that's going to be $5.99, or you can get the plan that does not have ads, and that's going to be $11.99. To have a subscription to ESPN Plus, you're going to be putting out $4.99 a month. And we already know that Bob Iger said a couple months ago it would be $6.99 a month for people to have Disney Plus. Great. Fantastic. Now we have all these different prices, we can start budgeting for ourselves, right? Well, I really like having ESPN Plus, and I have Hulu right now with no ads, but I could drop that down to the one with ads, pay less money, and pick up Disney Plus. Go about it that way. You could, or you could do what Bob Iger suggested and bundle all 3 of them together, because you can do that now. They're offering a bundle, and that's really cool, especially if you're already subscribed to Hulu or ESPN Plus. And you say, Bryce, great, I can get all 3 of them, but what's it going to cost me, like $25 a month? No. Bob Iger came out and said, guys, don't worry, $12.99 a month. And I gotta be honest with you, for as much as I am not interested in sports, for $12.99 a month, I'll take 3 different streaming services. Who knows who I'm gonna have come over to my house and be like, hey man, can you throw on the game for me? Yeah, absolutely. Boom, here you go, no problem. I got Disney Plus that has ESPN Plus attached to it. Got the bundle, baby. That's really cool. Now I will say, it's a little concerning because as a person who is a cord cutter, I haven't had cable ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I moved out of my parents' house, I have only ever streamed offline because it was always cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So to see these streaming companies come together and start to kind of combine their different streaming services into one package, it sounds a whole lot like streaming cable, doesn't it? Hey, you can have all these channels if you want them, and then you have these few that you're going to watch. So are we getting back to a situation where essentially we say, hey, we just have cable again now, it's just in a different form. Someone doesn't come out and run coaxial cable throughout your house anymore, right? But it's essentially the same concept, and okay, alright, I get it. I understand why this is attractive from a consumer standpoint, but also from the corporate standpoint where you can say, hey, maybe this streaming service isn't doing the best. Let's bundle that in with, say, Hulu, which is crushing it. Then John, who didn't have access to streaming service X, now does because he has Hulu, and now he's more likely to watch something that is on streaming service X just because he has it. So I can understand both sides of it where, yeah, it's great that we're getting this, but essentially we're getting back to what we were trying to get away from to begin with, which is the giant cable packages. Now we just have cable packages that stream directly into our homes over the internet. Or maybe companies go real hard-nosed and say, no, you know what? If you want to watch our stuff, you subscribe to our streaming service, right? One of my favorite shows growing up were all the reruns of the original run of The Twilight Zone with Rod Serling. I loved those shows. And the only reason I have ever even really contemplated getting CBS All Access is because the new series of The Twilight Zone with Jordan Peele is on there and it's nowhere else. So even though CBS All Access holds nothing else for me, they could be getting $10 from me because I want to watch this show. Now granted, is it going to be recurring? No, because I'm probably going to sit down, binge it in a week, and then cancel my subscription and wait till season 2 comes out. Rinse and repeat. But let's just say for a second that CBS All Access and Netflix team up to create their own bundle, right? To rival this one with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. Well, I gotta tell you, even though I am already paying for Netflix currently, having access to more shows from CBS All Access, that would definitely heighten my curiosity about Netflix if I didn't already have it. So, like I said, I can definitely see the upside of this. There is a definite downside of this, and I think that is coming, and I think that we're going to have to deal with that when we come to it. But for now, I think we just got to enjoy it while we can. My question, though, to you is, what are your thoughts on this? Are you happy that they bundled Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus all together? Or do you kind of think maybe this is a slippery slope, and this is just the beginning of the downfall of streaming services? I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, one last thing I kind of want to make you aware of before I go ahead and start saying everything to close out the show. Me and Chris would normally be recording an episode of the main Nocturnal Disney show and putting it up this Saturday. However, we're actually all going to be out of town up at Volcano Bay celebrating my brother's anniversary. Micah, Renee, if you guys are listening, happy anniversary. We're all really proud of you. Congratulations. But what does that mean for you guys, our listeners? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to record when we get back from the trip. That way, when we get back, we're going to have some reviews to go over. We're going to be going to Shutters while we're up there. I mean, obviously, we're going to be hitting Trader Sam's. And like I said already, we're going to be going to Volcano Bay. It is a Universal park, but we're still going to be talking about it. So there you go. Guys, I really appreciate your understanding. And I know that this would have only been the second main show that me and Chris have done since we've brought the podcast back again. But it's for a good cause, so please bear with us. Thank you very much. Guys, I really appreciate you giving the Twilight Thoughts a listen tonight. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy what I put out. If you want to reach out to me and talk to me a little bit more, happy to do that. You can email me at bryce@thenocturnaldisneypodcast.com. If you don't feel like sending out an email, that's cool too. You can find me on Facebook. Just search The Nocturnal Disney Podcast. Join our little group. That's cool, Bryce, but you know what? I'm not actually on Facebook anymore. That's fine. You can talk to me on Twitter at Disney Nocturnal. You can also find me on Instagram at The Nocturnal Disney Podcast, all separated by underscores. And I can hear you saying, fantastic. I know how to get in contact with you if I wanted to do that, but you know what? I just kind of happened upon your show. Where else can I listen to it? You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Twitter, Tumblr, SoundCloud. You can also find us on Stitcher, and I'm very happy to say that you can find us on Spotify. I know that Spotify is just another podcast aggregator, but I gotta be honest, it makes me really happy to say that I'm on there. I don't know why, it just does. There you go. Thank you again for listening, guys. I really do appreciate it. On behalf of our entire crew, thanks for soaring with us.